Moving now to a News Channel 9 special assignment. We first told you years ago about heroin making a comeback.
Today, investigators have evidence in our area to back that up. News Channel 9's Brianna Arredondo discovered how heroin fits into the larger war on drugs. Brianna.
Calvin, Latricia, drug agents were so focused on fixing the prescription drug problem that it forced addicts to turn to heroin, and it's much cheaper to get. And this has detectives revisiting where it's coming from.
The first time that you do heroin, it's amazing.
Phillip Seymour Hoffman died last year of a heroin overdose, the kind of death that often scares addicts into recovery. The actor was just 46 years old.
I was sitting in a room in a drug house on Vine Street, and I was using heroin with another addict, and we were talking, and he said, "How many 40-year-old heroin users do you know?" And I said, "I don't know any." He said, "You probably won't."
John Appel escaped heroin's clutches years ago. Today, he shares his story with newcomers looking to get clean.
Tennessee Valley authorities are bracing for what you might think is an unlikely comeback.
News Channel 9 first told you about the heroin resurgence in November 2013. Back then, this Hamilton County judge and Chattanooga Treatment Center CADIS told us they were bracing for impact. While last year's numbers aren't ready yet, so far officials tell me they're up, and today's users are more educated.
The national data on that suggests that heroin addicts have more than 12 years of education. And I don't know that we're seeing anything contrary to that.
In 4 years, the numbers have tripled for those using dope as a primary drug. CADIS is now putting its tools to the test.
We have beds ready for those folks.
And police have jail cells ready too. They watch drug traffickers come up I-75.
No question, Dalton plays a significant impact, and obviously with the relationship that Chattanooga is with I-75 corridor, from Atlanta to Dalton to Chattanooga to Nashville.
Just last month, agents arrested these people for a suspected heroin ring, allegedly distributing to Walker, Catoosa, and Hamilton counties. Established U.S. traffickers are channels to a worldwide network. According to the Drug Enforcement Agency, Colombia, Mexico, Afghanistan, and Southeast Asia are major opiate producers, and movers prefer to bundle their goods. So investigators get an even better payoff when they bust an operation for just one drug.
The drug trafficking group that was bringing it in was also responsible for distributing cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine.
Once H was on the street, John had no trouble finding it.
As long as I had money, it was very easy to get. Having money for it is the challenging part.
He used as a teenager to escape reality until his wake-up call on Vine Street, when his love for heroin seemed more like a death wish.
A good friend died in the hospital of hepatitis from heroin needle, use. Another friend overdosed and died. I carry a medallion in my pocket that marks the time.
John is now 23 years sober and does his small part in the war against heroin by telling his story. And law enforcement's fight against heroin is just like any other drug. Officials say that they are returning to tactics that they know will work, and that includes traditional undercover work, traffic stops, and confidential sources.
Well, Brianna, where are the drug traffickers setting up shop?
Well, according to an Atlanta DEA source, he tells me that some traffickers are moving into more suburban and rural areas to try to conceal those movements. And DEA officials also said that they're tending to use passenger vehicles and also commercial trucks with some hidden compartments.
All right, some good information. Thanks so much, Brianna.